Okay, so let's have a look at my sleeping arrangement. This here is a 10th Wonder tarp. I don't know if you'll be able to pick this up. Oh, there we go. It's a very fine ripstop material. Really, really nice. I'm using some standard walking poles here. Oops. See if that's going to focus for you. There you go. Standard walking poles, and the cord obviously goes down and is anchored into the ground. On this little carabiner here is one of these nightstick things. It glows in the dark. I like to have a reference point. As I lie in the hammock, I'm going to turn around so my back's to it. You can see that I've got a lovely view over to the fields. So there will be some lights there. That's the east, so the sunrise is going to come somewhere over there. Obviously, it's looking a little bit messy at the moment. I must tidy this up before I go to sleep. But you've got the suspension, tree huggers, whoopee sling, various cordage. Now, this here is a mosquito net. I haven't got mosquitoes here, but the little bugs that do sort of buzz around and what have you, they're starting to, or have been starting to be a bit of a pain in the last sort of hour or two. That will, if I want it to, go all the way back to there. What I'll do is I will slide it back into that end there and it'll be out the way. But I left it in place just to show you. So, sleeping. Down there is a thermarest light seat, I think they call it. See if I can check the focus for you. There we go. I've had this for years and I'm just using it as a bit of a pillow. I'll probably double it up and that'll be great. Little pouch in there, that's just going to have odds and ends. It's got a head torch and all that sort of thing in there. See if I can get this mozziness out the way. My sleeping bag, which I'm using as a top quilt. This is a Van Gogh Viper 750. It's not a current model. It is in the Force 10 by Van Gogh range, but I think it's been rebranded and it's been updated and what have you. Obviously, here is the is my hammock. That again is a 10th Wonder. That's actually a double layer. So if I wanted to, I could put a sleeping mat in there as well. Oh, incidentally, the mozzie net is from DD Hammocks. And then this down here is my underquilt again from DD Hammocks. It's a synthetic underquilt just to keep me insulated from the underside. And then the only other thing here is this bag here. I like to keep all of the bags, the packaging as it were, of any sort of things like mosquito nets and all that sort of thing all together. That's just about it. Let's just back up a little bit so you can see. There we go, that is my setup there. So, just to give you a final bit of reference. There we go. What you will see is that I've got the poles in place there, which are really nice, just to give sort of a porch, that sort of thing. So it gives me that view, which is nice. But what you will see around here, a bit of a last minute, a last minute fix, I suppose. This here, there's plenty of wood on the floor here, so I haven't chopped anything off trees and what have you. Don't need to. This part of the tarp, the wind was blowing in like this earlier, and it was really buffeting in to the point where it was starting to encroach on the hammock and what have you, so I needed to bring that out. So then all I've done here is really quite sort of self-explanatory, I guess. Got a couple of carabiners here, there we go, and attached here and over the top, and then just a line which again goes down to the ground to anchor it in place. So there we go. Oh, there we go. If any of you want to know about the DD stuff, see if I can, there's a cord in the way, there we go. Oops, can you see that? There we go, DD hammocks under blanket. And that, hopefully, is what's going to be keeping me nice and warm tonight. Just give you the view. There we go, doesn't that look nice? Well, dinner was lovely, but of course, there is always the washing up, no matter where you are. As you can see behind me, the light's pretty much gone for the day now. It broke through the clouds just in the last few minutes though, and what was fantastic was in the field behind me there were 2 or 3 deer just walking along very quietly. Now of course I only had the far end of the 200mm, so they're absolutely tiny in the frame, but I got the shot, and that's the main thing. It was just something extra to add to my film. Good morning. It is just after 6 o'clock. I've had a lovely sleep. I set my alarm for 5 o'clock because the sunrise was meant to be at 5:35, and as you can see, we haven't really got an amazing sunrise. But that's okay. So I'm just going to lie here for a little while, make myself a cup of tea, have some breakfast, and slowly work my way into the day. Well, the rain is really, really coming down now. I'm not going to be going anywhere for a good while. I'm left with 1 tea bag and enough milk for 1 cup of tea. You can probably tell what my plans are going to be. Porch setup clearly isn't working very well, so I think it's time for a bit of a modification. There we go. I could really do with a bit of extra cord here, but I'm not sure that I have any. So I'm just going to have to keep an eye on that. The other thing I could do, of course, is to drop the sides down, so I've got more of an A-frame shape there. But to do that, really, the top needs to be higher, and to be honest, in this weather, I'm not going to start messing around with it too much. I'm going to be packing up soon anyway, so it'll keep me going just enough to pack up all my kit. So, the sun is finally out, catching a break in the weather. Time to break camp.